it was more expensive than it would have been
Damn it.
if I didn't have such brand loyalty.
My suspicion is that we're about to move on to our third hand-me-down car from my parents.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Bless up for parents.
Yes.
Ones that don't suck.
True dat.
Word.
Word.
I just wonder which I am. That's.
I mean, you seem like you're doing pretty well.
Who knows? Who knows? We got another 3 weeks to get the eldest out of the house. Then my responsibility's over.
Is she actually moving out?
Oh yeah, she's headed to Savannah.
Oh right, yeah. I keep mentioning she's going to college.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
All right, we are
Maeve is
live,
actually
Hi
pushing
there.
herself forward.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi, audience.
Hi.
Welcome.
Woo.
Whoop whoop.
Hey Warriors. What? Nothing. Ryan usually picks me up on that one. It's all right.
It's fine.
I don't
I
know
was
what
I was
that
about
was
to go
that?
full Tim Meadows and the Ladies Man. So
I haven't seen the Warriors.
Got a message for the Warriors.
Son of a biscuit. Ryan's camera's
wow,
tilted.
language.
Ryan's camera's tilted.
Fort production over here just
Dutch angle.
dropping.
Do
all
not
sorts
touch my
of-
camera.
The most exciting angle.
She gonna kill you.
Get off my camera.
Trying to fix it.
I'm trying to fix it.
Do not be the well-intentioned talent,
So,
Ryan.
guys,
Don't be that.
Okay.
I hate to be the one to inform you of this. We may not have a campaign anymore, considering Fort Production may murder the DM. Oh, I'm sorry, assistant to the dungeon manager. So
Rip.
we'll see how it goes.
It's still tilted.
Rip.
Do we need to put index cards under it?
Ryan,
Kat?
you're gonna have to tilt yourself.
You're just gonna have to lean.
About.
Yeah.
Just
it's-
lean the whole time.
Yes.
That won't
Stay
cause back
still.
problems at all.
I don't need a spine.
I don't need a spine or living human functions. It's fine. We're fine.
We're all fine here.
How are you?
How are you? Precisely.
If you've all seen Next to Normal, some of my friends and I have an inside joke where if things are just going crazy and you're trying to keep it calm, you just go, "It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine."
Fuck,
like your booty
fucking
cat.
extra normal.
Thanks.
I
Liz. like
I
it
love
too.
that musical.
I love everything about it except the ending.
The
And the ending ruins it all for me.
Mutual
We
booty
need to talk about that
appreciation.
more later
want
because I
you
really
to
want to hear
deeply
about that.
consider.
Yeah,
I just wanted to help.
yeah. So I love going into musicals, plays, movies, whatever, without knowing anything about it. And if it's a musical that I've never heard the soundtrack for, I'll say, "Great, literally do not let me listen to it." So like I have only heard 2 songs from Book of Mormon, refuse to listen to anything else. I did the same thing with Heathers. I did it with Next to Normal. I did it with I did it with Hamilton. I'd only heard the opening number because I listened to the White House performance. But anyway, so I didn't even know what Next to Normal was about. And then I went in to see it. And since, mental health problems are a very close issue to my family and to my heart.
2 people that have them, yes.
Yes, I was destroyed the entire musical. Basically 15 minutes on, I was just sobbing uncontrollably. But it was so good. So now,
Oh, and I mean,
what about
I
the
was-
ending destroyed it for you?
The fact that it implies that going off your meds is a good thing.
Yeah, because it's definitely not for everyone.
Like-
Yeah.
Or I just think that's a very dangerous message.
And it's not the goal. The goal is to be well. to
Yeah,
stay well.
exactly. It's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a brilliantly done musical, and I saw a thoroughly mediocre production of it at a semi-professional theater up in Columbia, and but the musical is great, and I'm just like, and this is just totally what you're doing with it is totally irresponsible. Just no, I'm out. I was with it
Yeah.
up until the very end, and then I was like,
Nope, can't
Nope.
get behind.
nope.
It was the same with me. There was a production of 12th Night I saw where I was with it. It was so good. And then at the end, they decided it was going to be, but Viola was dreaming or dead the whole time. And I was like, nope, fuck that. No, what is this? Get it away from me. It was awful.
Have you seen the Kenneth Branagh one?
I have not.
It was part of the BBC series.
Yeah.
And he, Festi winds up dying in the snow because he's locked out of the house at the end. It's like, don't do 12 Night Dark. Just don't no. It's that comedy is dark enough.
The BBC broadcast of Hamlet was freaking brilliant. Like that's my favorite
Which
version.
one?
The one with David Tennant.
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
I think that was the most brilliant Ophelia interpretation I've ever seen.
But this is the same thing from like probably 15, 20 years earlier.
Yep.
Like when Branagh was an up and comer.
Tap
Yes.
the table. We will lose
I'm not-
Ryan's camera.
I'm not tapping the tape. It's the pencil that's tapping the tape.
Look,
Cameron
man.
is next on the list.
So, guys, I hate to be the one to inform you of this. We may no longer have a podcast, considering For Production is going to murder all of the men on the podcast.
And then they
It'll be-
all died of
Of dysentery.
That's fine.
Okay.
It'll all be women. My plan.
Just working.
Well-
We'll never get dysentery. Ford production will win the game. It'll be fine.
Well,
I don't know if that's true. I feel like,
Yeah, we probably would.
given your recent
Yeah.
escapades, that
if you were on Lock
The
Rise to
dysentery.
if you were on Lock Rise to Candleford, they would all get dysentery, all of them.
now, I mean, we did that.
I got a 19.
19 dysenteries.
Welcome to the Play Better podcast.
Oh, do I need to do an introduction? I've been so busy driving all over the place.
Yeah. Well, it's about the time that we said we were going to start broadcasting. We said we would start at 8:15. It is 8:12. Do we?
We are
Sorry.
ahead of schedule.
we're already live,
Wow.
though, ain't we?
We
Yeah.
are. We
We're
are.
live.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
She rolled a 19.
I rolled a
You
19.
can't
Yeah.
not start at that
Means-
point.
If a twitch falls in the forest
Critical threat.
and 3 people
Roll to
watch
confirm. Wrong edition.
it, does it count?
5.
No.
Okay, but you still hit. Sorry, I made 3rd edition jokes, everybody.
Liz, I was literally about to say
It was such a great understanding of mechanical needs and a lack of understanding of dramatic ones.
Yeah. It's fine. Just
But we fully simulated what having a sharp weapon is like, you guys.
yeah.
Yeah, but what if that's not fun ever?
Shut up. 3rd edition is always fun.
We're going to play Pathfinder so that we can preserve these edition rules forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Anybody
guys,
ever remember how to bull rush?
Well, wait a minute. In life or in the
No, in 3rd edition.
so if you're charging and you
grappling
make an
rules
attack,
in Amber, I think is what that's called.
if you
A
make
memoir.
you make an attack roll at the end of the charge, but instead of inflicting damage, you just choose to push your target.
I feel like I looked up that rule
It's 8:14.
every time. No,
So I've got a minute.
this is quality
Yeah.
content.
Yeah, but if
No,
you're
it is. I was just giving him a time check. I'm
okay,
sorry.
if you're grappling, you make a melee touch attack.
Nobody loves a podcast like a podcast about obsolete rules.
Which provokes an attack of opportunity, unless, of course, you have the unarmed combat.
combat,
Yeah,
yes.
because then your hands are treated as weapons for the purpose of making melee attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
And
always armed.
Yeah.
Literally.
but at that point, even if your opponent hits you during the attack of opportunity, you still then make a strength check opposed by their strength check, to which they get a +4 and you get a -4 for size differences. So if they're one size category larger, they get +4. You get
Yeah.
minus. That's a difference of 8 right there off the bat. That's a lot. And then at that point, if you succeed, then you have them grappled.
I just would like to note for the record that one of the many things I deserve extra points for in Dyson Men is including an honest to God 3.5 grapple check and not having the entire goddamn play grind to a halt.
Cameron, can you scooch like 3 inches towards me?
I can
Will you?
Then you'd have to be
if I'm asked.
Will quist you?
How's
was
that?
good,
Am I
everybody.
prettier?
That was really good, Liz.
Thank you.
Also, I really appreciate how you were just able to also pull those grappling rules out of your ass
That's
whenever
fine.
needed.
That's fine. They're in my brain.
Yep.
They're embedded
Yep.
forever in my brain. And I never fucking grappled shit. I played a fucking paladin and full plate. Like,
But it's one of those rules like that you feel you have to study.
Let me-
that you feel you have to
let me
cram
tell
on.
you what I loved in 3rd edition internet, and everybody who cares to listen. Massive damage threshold.
Oh my God.
My favorite rule.
It was based on your size category. If you were medium and you took more than 50 points of damage in a single hit, you had to make a fortitude save or die. Yeah.
What was the DC on that fortitude save?
Oh, 10 plus the damage you
I
took?
think so.
Yeah.
And so it
Over 50, right?
Yeah. No. 10. What was it?
I don't know. Like it was, but it was.
I think, or it might have been your damage. The damage you took divided by 5. It might have been even worse than that.
Just some ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember what it was. If it was like fort plus your strength or some stupid something.
It was real. It was dumb.
Anyway,
It was real bad.
I had an extremely anticlimactic. We teleported somebody, like a big baddie, out into the field.
Mm-hmm.
And had like an elaborate attack scheme with like the entire party encircling him, and like one hit, and I dealt 52 points of damage, and I was like, massive damage threshold, and then he crit failed. And then we all just stood there.
Like it just
like weeks of emailing back and forth for this plan, like, and then this person needs to go, and then this person needs to go, and you need a potion of bull strength, and you need a blint, and you because we're
And it
level
just came
17.
to a grinding
Oh,
halt. and
Jesus.
It was like, boop, thunk.
and in universe, you stabbed them in the toe, and they died of an aneurysm.
Yeah, God. Oh, and went up by 50 for every size category larger you were than medium. So
Yeah.
if you were large, it was 100. Oh, God. I
Yeah.
remember how terrible that was. But the Tarrasque was specifically immune to death by
Immune.
massive damage.
Yep.
Because the Tarrasque can't die.
I spent pretty much the entire week trying to figure out what you would do if a Merilith or other devil used their teleport without error. Well, it's not teleport without error anymore, but they used their teleport ability to teleport you somewhere high above the ground and then teleport themselves back down, and you were still falling.
We-
I had a Mutants Masterminds character who that was their entire thing. They teleported based on sight, and they just
Yeah, we would do that all the time with Dimension Door because Dimension Door was always perfect, 100 feet.
Well, you see, but you would still have the momentum. That's the problem. And I figured out what you do is you have Elia cast. Elia would be there. You have Elia cast Dimension Door, and then the Aaron Yes, who happens to be good, who has wings, would say, "Put me about 100 feet below him," and then when I caught up, she would catch me and save me.
So
I'm the one that's falling, by the way.
I got you. We determined because this came up in a Dungeons and Dragons game that I played. We determined that momentum was only preserved for the amount of damage that you'd fallen, and so if you Dimension Doored 100 feet up, you would fall for a single round, and then Dimension Door back to the ground. So you would only have fallen like what 6 feet or whatever.
You fall a lot further than that in 6 seconds. You fall a lot further than that in 6 seconds.
I guess. But anyway, we figured it was
They fall in slow motion in that universe.
it was
Well, unless
way
you've
it
got
works.
feather fall prepared, in which
Yeah,
case, who cares?
yeah, it's a reaction in fifth.
yeah.
Yeah, as well
And
as
it doesn't require line of sight.
oh my god, we exploded when Strahd threw Cat off of a building,
And she was not falling off a cliff on the other side of a wall.
and I'm playing the wizard. I'm just reading Featherfall, and I'm just like,
No, the first one, I can't feather fall. Okay. One target. Not one target you could see. One target.
yeah. Oh god,
And then it was a Daigo, rare footage of Daigo. Actually angry.
Evo moment. Oh god. Anyway,
I rolled a 2.
Well, that's why we haven't moved on.
That's
yet,
true.
is-
all right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
everybody.
2 dysenteries.
Zweimal. Yeah. Genau.
All right. What's the modifier on that?
I don't know.
We added like plus 19 or something.
Charisma,
Okay.
probably.
I got a 28.
Right, I've got advantage.
back on track?
I'm rolling another die. I rolled a natural 20 this time. Kicked away, Cameron.
okay, what's the name of the town again?
Rel Mord.
Relmord.
It's a space
It's
in
the
between.
capital city of Nyrund.
Okay.
Yes, you are
2.
correct.
Rel Mord.
And it's 248.
I want to say 247.
247 was last time because I have it written down.
Oh, that's right. I'm mentally one behind because I put up.
Because we're
So
one
it would be
ahead.
episode 9 of Ratbaggers.
Yes,
Yes.
season 1, episode 1.
Great.
Oh, wow.
I know,
You need,
Lots
you
of
need a
build-up.
moment.
I was about to go off half cocked there. You don't want that.
I don't. Full cock, half cock? Don't want any of it.
You are going to get murdered.
I'm great tonight. I blame Ryan. He made me punchy.
That's fair. I don't believe that you've engaged in any of the pre-show beverages that we normally
And
have.
I haven't even been drinking.
That's probably the problem.
That's
You're not maintaining.
There's your problem. Sorry, everybody.
Welcome to the. No, we can wait. We can wait. Welcome to the Play Better podcast. Tabletop played better. What the fuck do I do after that?
Episode 248, Dungeons and Dragons,
right
5th
again.
edition, The Curse of Strahd. Wait.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Wait.
Welcome to the Play Better podcast. Tabletop played better. Episode 248. Once again, it's time for another Let's Play Better. This time out, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, The Ratbaggers. Season 1, Episode 9. There is a house in Relmond. I don't know if they call it the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy.
Many a poor gnome, and
Many poor gnome. It's been the ruin of many poor gnome. That's better. That's
Okay.
better.
It's
and
Realm
Lord,
Lord, not
I'm glad I'm
Wand.
not one. I'm Cameron McNary.
I'm just gonna sing "House of the Rising Sun" for the rest of the day.
Wait, who are you playing, though, Cameron?
I'm playing a guy whose theme song probably happens to be House of the Rising Sun.
Mm.
I haven't nailed that down really in my head per 100%, but it's got the right feel.
They
you know?
call what's the name of the Duckfoot?
The Reese family?
Is it the Reese family who were? That's not a gnomish name.
No, Duckfoot's his middle name.
Let's just change the episode title to Duckfoot is his middle name. Period. I'm Cameron McNary, and I'm playing a halfling whose nickname is not Duckfoot.
I'm rewriting the entirety of House of the Rising Sun to be about gnomes. And when I'm done that, I will be playing Gale.
And her name is Molly.
That's Molly McClanahan.
Yes.
I'm
Psh, details.
She's in character. She's method as fuck.
I'm impressed.
Narissa and I are both like, don't even joke.
She slept in a bathtub with squids for a week so that she knew what it felt like to wrestle them.
I did once buy a live octopus at a fish market in Malta, and I didn't know what to do with it, and it started crawling on me on the bus. And so I found one of my neighbors who, because I lived in a dorm apartment-y thing, so I found one of my neighbors who didn't lock their door, and I just put it in their fridge and ran. You want to know the best part? It was
Yes?
the Japanese exchange students, so they were really grateful.
Liz, I think it's your turn.
There are journeys that you go on multiple with that story, Molly.
You went so many places that I didn't expect.
I think you just killed you just killed Liz's mic. She just
Did I cackle it to death?
yeah, it's either your mic came loose or something happened on the board.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Liz laughed so hard her mic died.
Whoops. Testing.
There it
There we
is.
go. I'm sorry that the power of my cackling laughter ruined our electronics. Hello, I'm Liz Brink, and I am playing Mizzy Stoneanchor. I'm a surly dwarf, like all dwarfs. Dwarfs? Dwarves.
Either is fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Tolkien said dwarfs. All of the mistranslations in between the original and the later texts said dwarves because that's how people wanted to say it.
Incredible.
I'm glad to give that to you.
Nerd!
I believe the technically correct term is dwonks.
It's like I always want the plural of giraffe to be giraffes, and it's not.
Giraffines.
Also, I disagree with Tolkien. He said elves instead of elves, and I cannot.
Elves is wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong.
That's so
but
wrong.
according to Tolkien canon, it's elves.
No.
I'm not okay with that. Hi, my name's Narissa Hart. I am playing Jovi, the half-elf ranger, and Dari. I'm Duck.
And I'm Ryan Seguin, the assistant to the dungeon manager. That is not
Special deputy assistant.
That's right.
That's actually also his official hashtag on Instagram. I've been coming up with hashtags for all of us.
Oh,
I feel very tech savvy.
What do I get? What do I get?
I haven't come up with one for Wilquist yet.
Wilquist.
Wilquist. It's gonna be Wilquist.
Will or won't quist.
We lost
That's it,
Liz
that's
again. Are you a Wilquist or a
Won't
Won'tquist?
Yep.
Yep.
So we have
Yep.
Gil. If you want to look them up, guys. So for the podcast, it's the Ratbaggers. We have Gail the
Is
Barbarian.
it the Ratbaggers or Ratbaggers?
The Ratbaggers.
Okay.
The Ratbaggers is a hashtag, and then we have Gail the Barbarian. We have Mizzy Stoneanchor. We have Jovi and Dari, and we have assistant to the dungeon manager.
Acting assistant.
And for
to the dungeon
production.
manager.
And for production.
Hashtag I am not just a speech impediment.
Nice.
I mean, mainly a speech impediment. That is like 80%
defining
of who
characteristic.
I am.
No, there's far more to that. I want to dig deep and find the layers underneath
Wow.
and meet the real quest. Hey,
the wheel.
where
The real
I
quest.
believe we
Oh,
were in
no.
a haunted house, a
It's not
a
haunted.
poltergeist
It is
house?
not haunted.
A frozen
This
house.
house is not
Extremely
haunted.
haunted.
There's nothing haunted yet.
Listen.
There's some temporal stasis going on. There's some Lost Tomb of Martek shit. Fuck all y'all.
I'm sorry,
I don't get the reference.
I don't get it.
It's because you're all young
Well,
and didn't game when it was real.
well, fuck.
There's
We
a.
have
I wasn't-
improved gaming now, Cameron McNary.
I wasn't aware that there was a gate that was going to show up.
There was.
But here we are.
And here I am to keep it. No, there was a. It's the module 2 in the Desert of Desolation series after Pharaoh is the first. No, it's the third one because the White Palm Oasis is the second one. Lost Tomb of Martek is the last one, which has that bitchin' cover where they're in a ship that has a skating blade coming off of the back of it, and it's skating on this kind of like glass as a purple worm comes up out of the glass and tries to eat them. Because it was a desert, and then there was a magical apocalypse, and it turned it into glass. And so they have these sailing ships that it's actually
That sounds
Totally
pretty
badass.
That sounds pretty
White palm
bitchin'.
oasis just makes me think of like some kind of fungus you get on your palms and they get all fuzzy.
it's a massage parlor.
okay.
But in the Lost Tomb of Martek, there's this tower that is you are temporally out of phase with as PCs. And you're watching, and it's this night when the king is getting assassinated and shit, and you can but you can't move anything because it's all stuck in time. So what I'm saying is, I haven't seen any evidence of haunting per se. I'm not ruling it out.
Okay.
But there's some sort of temporal imbalance that is
Yeah.
here.
What's the street name of the house that the house is on?
I hadn't come up with one.
Make one up real quick because I'm writing my song.
Okay.
113 Thwimquandia Lane.
It
That's
needs to be street.
It's not
'cause
Thwimquandia.
Otherwise, it doesn't rhyme.
Thwimquandia is not bad though.
How many syllables do you need?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Actually, make it anything. Challenge my rhyming skills.
113th and Quindia Lane. I think we already got the
Yeah,
name,
you
didn't
know
we?
what? Yeah.
Thwimquandia. Make sure
Thwimquandia.
Thwimquandia.
113.
Because W's are funny. K's are funny. W's and K's together. Super
Please.
funny.
Priceless.
I love it.
I'd say that's
Can we
whack.
have an entire podcast just about which letters are funniest?
We've done that, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
It was just me talking for an hour and a half.
That sounds amazing.
Want them?
Want them?
Want
Great.
them.
Hey, so
Yeah. So
Adventure.
W is the second. Just for the record, W is the second funniest letter.
Okay.
K is the first funniest letter.
Okay.
So Ratbaggers. As
McNary scale.
No, this is not just me. You could get
I tried to name a scale for you.
any group of comics together. I'm just saying, I didn't make that up.
Okay.
That is a universal law, at least in English.
I don't know if you've read the English laws.
What rhymes
That's
with
one.
lane?
I'm just saying, in another
Pain,
language,
drain,
there might be another sound that people think is
Please.
stupid.
canal.
Genau.
Genau.
Yeah.
Um,
Genau.
For all of our Ratbaggers at the table.
Is probably next. Well, Thwim, yeah.
Shh, don't look at him.
Which are cognates, by the way.
After you all
I
spend
could,
a few
define
seconds
cognates for you if you want me to.
away
Desperately.
from the door, who attempted to kick the basement door in?
Me.
Gail.
Gail, you step away.
Think about that question, Ryan.
I wanted to leave that up to the group. But
We all just
It was Wilquist.
we hear the voice of God say, "Who kicked the door?" and all of us just point.
Someone was big, dumb, and impulsive, but I can't remember. I don't have it in my notes.
I don't even know who possibly could have thought that it was a good idea to knock, to kick in the ghost-containing basement door.
Oh wait.
After a few seconds, the door goes.
What? This isn't as bad as I first thought.
After a few seconds.
The door goes.
Okay. Is there? Can I go back to the kitchen really quick?
Sure.
There were implements that were laid out, correct?
As if someone was cooking. Yes.
Can I try and pick one of them up and see if there's any sort of delay, or can I try and like push one?
You push one like I'm gonna say it's a big kitchen knife. You know, by the handle. You
I
tap
push it very softly because that is very dangerous to try and slide it all the way across the table.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It does not move when you first hit it. Give it about 6 seconds, and then it slides across the table.
Okay, then I turn the knob and just hold it.
Okay.
I apply continuous torsion to the doorknob.
Torsion always makes you think of testicular torsion,
Same.
which I have a funny story about. Continue.
The door.
I'm sorry, but no story about testicular torsion could possibly be funny.
It involves me shouting, "Jesus Christ, just tell him the cat stepped on your balls" in the middle of the emergency room.
Okay, I lied. I'm sorry, I take that back. I
very
retract
funny.
everything I said.
It's extremely funny. How large a cat?
I think it was pretty fat.
Have you seen the chunk scale?
Yeah.
Just
Cat show is last week.
Well, he was on the oh lordy coming.
oh Lord, he coming.
So what happens when the non-testicular
When
knob
the
is,
regular
is
torsion.
twisted?
I saw
I can't say the
non-testicular
word
knob open for
knob.
Baltimore Bitch Face in '78.
How were they?
they?
I thought they were
Their sound was slightly neutered.
a bit barren.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little sterile.
Ooh.
There it is.
There it is. All right. After
Nice.
after about 6 seconds, the handle turns and you hear a click on the other side.
And then I pull on the door with a continuous pulling motion.
After about 6 seconds, the door opens up.
Ah, yes, it is as I suspected.
6 seconds. It's an interesting delay. We go down the stairs. I go down the stairs. I can't speak for everyone else. I'm sorry.
It
What's
is
the lighting situation?
it is pitch black.
Do we need a torch?
Yeah, well, those of you that can't see in the dark would.
I can't see in the dark.
I
I
can't
mean,
see it.
I can, but you know what I have?
Baker's dozen.
7,000 torches.
It's an entire bag. Busy opens it up. Clank, 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 clank.
A metric fuckload of torches just
Light the torches.
fall down the stairs.
Clank, clank, clank. Yeah, I have a torch. Hi, everybody. My adventures
She's
kit.
like Mary Poppins for torches.
Truly.
The clown car of torches bursts forth out
Yeah,
of.
da, 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 da.
Are you carrying the chest around? Guys, I can turn this chest into a backpack.
It's back on the ship.
It's back on the ship, but I would like to think that I brought.
You brought a flame stick with you?
Yeah, because listen, I have all of them. I would just want to be useful.
Yeah, sure. So
I want to seem prepared.
you you attempt to alight the torch
Yeah,
with what I'm assuming is flint and steel.
yeah.
So you all see, Mizzy, they're going clack, 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 and over the torch. And after about 6 seconds, the torch lights up. Boom. The light doesn't show up until about 6 seconds after that.
So how do we know that it lights up?
It's hot.
So wait a
And
minute,
you hear the
you're
whoosh.
telling me that heat and the sound of the whoosh travel faster than the speed of light.
In this particular instance, yes.
Listen, it's magic, motherfucker.
I mean, if you want to give me a slowly spreading pool of light, I'm with that. I'm just saying, I'm not sure that's the order it would happen.
Except it is canon. It's a different universe.
No, I'll give it to Cameron. You're right. That's, yeah, sure. Slowly expanding whoosh of light over the course of about 6 seconds.
Okay, so note to self, it applies to items that we brought in too, not just the things that are here.
While standing on the staircase, it seems to have this effect.
But it doesn't apply to us
Nope.
So if I were to throw someone down the stairs,
or our clothes.
No, I I mean, Joey just stops and looks down at
Your
her
clothing
scarf.
is not 6 seconds behind you.
Okay, yeah. So
It's
that
about-
would make things really uncomfortable.
It's about a decade behind everybody else.
Yeah, I think
That's
it
racist
might.
against elves, Cameron.
Oh,
No, I was specifically talking about you, Ryan. That's
I'm out.
bye.
No one insults my fashion sense.
This is the last straw.
So I hate to
rolled
be the
for
one that
it.
informs everyone of this. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so I believe it's just the items that are outside of ourselves. I mean, I can move just fine. You guys can too, right?
Seems like it.
Yeah. So, Mizzy, would you like to proceed since you have the torch?
Yeah.
Downstairs, as you proceed, the light from your torch pulsates oddly. There was initially a 6-second delay on it.
sorry. I just mimed hitting the side of a flashlight, but it was a torch.
Well,
Can
if-
we agree that delayed rhymes with lane for purposes of
that's
my
a half
song?
rhyme.
Okay, I'll take it.
Uh,
Continue.
Depends on if you want to be considered good or not.
there,
Well, no.
the
Serviceable.
It'll do.
serviceable rhyming.
Hashtag fine.
As you reach the bottom of the stairs, the temporally delayed nature of your flaming torch
Ooh, that's even better.
disturbs the air around you, almost as if you exerting your will upon being around it forces it to come in sync with your own time. And then, as you reach the bottom, it's in sync with you. Around you is a small,
Perhaps we're in sync with it.
a small crafting cellar.
Galaxy brain.
Containing a number of different yarns, leathers,
nice.
ores.
That's also nice.
Some wefts, some woofs.
What?
I'm not sure what the technical terms are anymore. It's been a long time since I wove. Some weefts. Some shuttlecocks.
There are many skeins of yarn. There are many like wood. There's small woodworking stuff, leatherworking stuff.
This is some Nomi shit.
Yeah, it's all
For working on small leather.
Yeah.
it's all like if you weren't going to make a business out of it, but you wanted to be just as good, and you just did that as like artisanal arts and crafts at home.
Small leather being one of my favorite clubs in Rehoboth Beach.
Thank you, Cameron.
I should have just let that one go, but I couldn't.
Okay, I want to get closer to the sewing implements, and can I try and do some sort of investigation check to see? Well, okay, pause. Is any of them like a spinning wheel? I know that sometimes the older sewing implements, etc., had a
Sure.
spinning wheel or something. Okay,
You can find you can find a collapsible loom and wheel sized for a gnome.
okay. I'd like to try and just spin it to see what happens, and to see if I can also, like, if I keep spinning it, if I can get that to sync up to our time.
You prick your finger and fall asleep for 100 years.
Well, bye guys. Nice
You-
knowing you.
You spin the spinning wheel. Make a fortitude save.
There's no fortitude
Oh,
in
God damn
5e.
it. Constitution. Fuck.
Thank you. Fuck, it's great that I have a 0 modifier in Constitution. But that's a 16.
That's
There we go.
you feel a strange sense of distortion and vertigo. You were almost overcome with motion sickness, but you were able to hold your stomach together.
Oh, fuck. Pause. So I stop that.
It stops on its own much faster than a wheel normally would.
I'd like to spin it the opposite direction.
Jovi,
You're making
I'm not going to make you.
choices.
I'm not going to make you
Joey.
roll twice, but similar effect.
Jovi, I believe that the touching of things more than is strictly necessary is a thing to be eschewed.
Yeah, but I have.
Eschewed.
Look, I have a
No touching.
theory.
I could have gone full on with eschewed, but I didn't.
I have a theory about
then you
this. So I feel pretty good about what I'm doing. Also, she runs into
Well,
action, so of course, like
As long as you feel
she's-
good about it, then obviously, what do I know?
Yeah. So she's
That's the point
gonna
of Dungeons and Dragons.
rewind. She's gonna spin it the opposite direction. Does anything additional happen when she keeps spinning? She's gonna spin it slower this time. but
You're going to just continuously keep spinning it.
continuously keep spinning it backwards. Yeah.
Well, the room begins to thrum around you.
We like when that happens.
Do you continue to spin the wheel?
Thrum in what way? Describe the thrumming.
Slowly.
Just
It's just vibrating, just heavy throughout the entirety of the room. No.
No, that wasn't a bad thing. Just go on. Go on.
It's like you're at a concert, but the only thing hooked up are subwoofers, and it's just nonstop while you're doing what you're doing.
Okay,
Everyone
and-
in the basement has to make Constitution saving throws
Sorry, guys.
or vomit.
I love
DC 10.
Oh.
I already rolled. Do I need to again?
No, I'm going to
Okay.
say that you're starting to feel good.
I'm fine.
Great.
I rolled a
She
19.
starting
Oh,
to
guess
feel
what,
like-
everybody? I'm puking.
Starting to feel like something's coming.
Oh,
Something,
sorry, Missy.
it's insistent, but like really good, and she's building towards some kind of release.
Oh wait, roll for Dari.
No,
That's not what I was going
Dari
for.
is
No.
vomiting
Yeah, but you
with
got-
you.
I'm
He got
saying
a
you got there.
2.
no.
Yeah. Guys,
Cameron McNary.
Dari is also vomiting with Mizzy. He got a 2.
Aw.
Dari, you notice Dari lay down on his side and begin to his tongue lolls and you just go.
Okay, I stop.
The
Fuck.
representation.
Fuck.
I'm puking.
And yeah,
love
Mizzy's over. Mizzy, your all
This
of
is embarrassing for a dwarf.
Mizzy Stoneanchor.
Yes.
The sweat glands over the entirety of your body have just opened up,
Oh,
and your stomach has tried to come up and meet your throat.
It's happening.
I'm not going to actually force you to vomit, but it is
Extremely unpleasant.
yeah.
I think what we've established is ignoring the accumulated wisdom of 7 decades is a really smart thing to do.
Look, there's some sort of time
I wasn't
distortion
aware
here, and
Rolquist
it's
was
I got
doing,
shady
I got
bitch.
Oh, are you? Have I not been playing that hard enough?
You could
You could be so much bitchier.
Oh yeah,
Please,
we welcome Will Quiz
Okay.
to the table.
just turn it up a notch.
Because I got a 15, so I'm fine.
Look, obviously, there's something
Gail has never
fucking
puked.
weird going on with time
Ever.
here, and we have a spinning wheel that seems to be altering it somehow. I just wanted to see what would happen.
from. I'm assuming since all of you rolled, all of you are in the basement.
Yes.
From upstairs, 2 floors up, you hear.
Bilge back.
It's the ghost of Bilgeback.
He followed you to Real Morgan, and he's hanging out. He's like,
Stitched himself back together.
And he sees Gail and goes, "I
He's
heard
now-
about your reenactments."
He's now a lich. So,
wanted to find you.
so what?
the paramour in the town that you can't forget. But now my undead tummy feels sick. That's not what's happening.
Only thing worse than a demi lich is a Sahwaga lich.
You okay, Liz?
The great thing is, because we're all wearing headphones, even as Liz would fall over the chair, but still my voice.
I'm like, what's his name from Labyrinth?
Which
I
character?
don't know.
The big ogre guy. Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Oh, stinky.
Ludo's the best.
Yours is so sweaty.
Guys, we're gonna have to take a break. We're calling the episode right now.
Wait, no.
Liz has sweaty ears.
Got a case of the old sweat lobe.
It's trickling down the sweat canal.
Why are you doing this?
Because it makes the rest of us laugh. That's what we're all here for.
Trying.
She is laughing so hard she's crying, guys.
I mean, it happens.
This must be like the best kind of group to DM for, because you have to like most groups you have to stay like a couple pages ahead. Here you got to stay like a sentence and a half ahead, because that's all we're getting through.
You guys really make my life easy. And the great.
Okay, I'm okay.
All right.
Okay.
So.
All right. Can we roll to see if there's any place to hide, or if we can try and like based on the noise determine how big this thing is?
I mean, you could.
Anything.
I'm not even going to force you to roll for it. I mean, you could reasonably hide behind the stairs if that's where you wanted to hide.
Was it a noise? What is a did the noise stop?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't believe we need to hide.
I'm not hiding behind shit. In fact, I stand up to make myself even bigger.
Did the noise
Holding a
stop when I
torch.
stopped turning the wheel?
Yep.
Interesting.
Turn it again, and I'm gonna run upstairs when it makes the noise.
All right, is everyone okay if I turn it again? I mean, sorry, Missy. I know it kind of made you feel.
Why don't we go upstairs and see what's been left hanging there, as it were?
Okay, and then we can divide and conquer and see if the wheel does anything up there.
I'm pretty sure we've established that it does.
Well, I know. I'm saying if there's any progression of
You
it.
mean if it does
yeah.
anything else, like if you could make a nice vest or something?
Is the room like? Is this it?
Yes.
So
However,
ambulance, yeah.
Mizzy Stoneanchor,
Yes.
for being the only one to go face down on the floor, give me a perception check.
Yeah, girl. That's a 19 plus whatever I got.
Your wisdom modifier.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
proficient in perception?
I sure am. That's a 22.
So while you are trying to reconstitute your insides,
Head between my knees, which
Yep.
is real close to the ground if you're a dwarf.
as the room was humming,
Mm-hmm.
you noticed that the tiling in the floor was extremely weak.
What like
It-
what
it-
does my dwarven builder sense tell me that means?
Good question. It tells you that the floor is likely a false floor. That enough force applied to the floor could crack it.
Tells you that nobody builds anything the way they used to.
It's gnomes. Too busy crafting to build anything worthwhile.
And as you stand back up, you also notice that this is cobblestone streeting. Like the when I say tiled, it's not like linoleum. It is. I wanted to get that out.
Yes,
they're
I understand.
square stone tiles that would have been used in older streeting.
Interesting.
Well,
I wonder if they... Maybe I'll luck out and have another exceptional roll on my knowledge of local architecture.
yes.
And I will be able to tell that this foundation was built upon a previously existing structure.
Well, I will remind you all that one of the things that Wadney told you was that there is an old town underneath of Relmord that Relmord was built on top of.
How much force do I think it would take to?
I mean, any medium-sized creature with a pickaxe would not have to work hard to create a reasonably sized hole. You could pull up a few tiles. I mean, to get to the whole floor would be a bit of effort, but
Sort of like gonna like take the hilt of my mace and just whack.
Missy.
The mortar cracks a little in between the tiles. It doesn't fall in, but
Is there anything in the room that is like really heavy and dense?
yeah. I mean, totally. There are metal and woodworking tools in here, and
And
I mean,
Gale.
so that's the question: are we
Gale.
going back up or are we going down?
Well, you've discovered something interesting. I think we should see where this leads. Gail, if you would be so kind as to pick up that object there, slowly, of course.
Done. Picking up a thing.
Then I bring it over here on top of these tiles, lift it over your head, and then let it go.
Woo!
we lost Molly again.
Again, I don't know what's going on.
So
No, she's still there. She's just quiet.
yeah, we're getting her out of your mic. Wiggle her gain pot.
Never say those words ever again.
Say it again, slower.
No.
Although it was not their best album, Wiggle Her Gain Pot had some good vibrations.
Ooh.
I think we're good now.
No, we're not.
So
I think I require a constitution save.
you find a chest of iron ore, about 1 stone's weight of iron,
Ooh.
and you pull it out. Lift it. As soon as you let it go, it hangs in the air for a few seconds before crashing to the floor.
I'm just going to keep picking it up and watching it happen.
When I say it crashes through the floor, I mean it goes down.
Down
It drops.
through.
It drops 15 feet
Oh,
onto more,
shit.
onto dirt.
All I can think of is the scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where they're in the library and he's smacking the floor with the thing that holds the ropes, and that's how they get into the sewer full of rats.
That's pretty accurate. That's
Okay.
yeah.
But with a 6-second delay.
So what's down there? What do we see?
From your vantage point, you can see just dirt. I mean, if you were to
We
hang,
dropped down a torch like in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I bet everybody's so glad I brought this torch.
We're gonna need some more though.
until
Good
you,
news.
unless you were to like hang down into the hole
I also
or
have
drop
some
down
torches.
into the hole, all you can see is dirt floor underneath.
I'm going down.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I love how you guys were like, huh, we heard a strange voice upstairs. Not
Fuck
going
that.
there. Yeah.
It's not going
Well, we
anywhere.
found a thing here first, then we can go upstairs in a minute.
It is
but
not.
This is
It is
fascinating.
nothing's happening with that voice. I have twigged that there is something temporal going on here. That'll wait.
I feel like, and this
Hopefully.
is like
Quite literally, until we spin the wheel, it is not making any noise.
what
We're
real
fine.
young adventurers do is to run away from the scary voice.
Yeah. Well, you
No,
do.
I mean,
more
not
impor-
young.
More important than that, we clear the fucking room.
Yeah.
Then we move on.
You all you all hear you all hear some commotion and some banging coming from the doors upstairs.
Cat is coming for Cameron.
As you,
Perhaps my theory was in error.
and
And
Gale
now-
drops down in the hole.
I'm in the
Let
hole.
us be pursued
You are
into the Undercity.
yep. You go.
This is fine.
You find yourself in Old New York. I mean, you find yourself on what looks like
Oh my god, are we gonna find somebody's mummified dog?
no.
Is a glimpse of stalking looked on as something shocking?
I don't get the.
Well, that's olden days. Sorry.
Yeah, you find yourself on a city street, like an alleyway that goes in
Shit.
either direction.
The fucking city down here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
The earth, as soon as you put pressure on it, squishes and is wet as it. You know that Relmord is by the river, so it stands to reason that you are now basically at water level.
It's squishy. I don't know how far we'll get before it's flooded, but there is in fact a city.
Do we think what we're looking for might be down there? I mean, it's worth taking a look at the very least.
The in the alley that you're standing in one direction, there is just collapsed stone, where it looks like there would the next house over would have fallen in, and they built something on top of that. But the alley in the other direction, you can't see much past it because your human eyes can only see as far as the torch will let you.
Okay, fuck it. I'm going down.
You all hear a clatter coming from the stairs upstairs, coming down towards you.
No time like present. I'm going to top down.
Cool.
I'm in much greater efficacy in combat if I have someone large to hide behind.
Are all of you jumping down?
Yeah.
All of you make it deftly down. You hear a voice screaming from You hear several voices from upstairs saying, "Who's in our house?"
Put my finger up to my mouth.
And Gail just opens her mouth, and everyone like
Puts her hands directly over Gail's mouth. Just shut the fuck up.
Your mother's in the house.
Perception check of the area around us, please.
Sure.
I would like to order one of those. That was on its side. I feel like I should roll that one more time. That's a crit fail. That's going in the fuck you bag. Shit.
You're too focused on the noise coming from above you.
Okay.
You can look out into the street, however, and you can see that it looks more like the city was part of the city was repurposed as a sewer as well.
Okay. Got it.
So it's kind of icky and gross.
So is there like a space underneath the house that would like maybe have things in it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
A crawl space?
Like more than just like being in the sewer. Like or like another you're saying this is an old city. There's like should be buildings on either side of the street, right?
Well, you're currently in there's walls on either side of you. There's only one direction you can go, and I'm just assuming you guys haven't ventured out in that direction yet.
I really want to keep exploring down here. This is fascinating.
I really want to get away from the people who are chasing us.
That too. Yeah, Mizzy, that's a good call.
Do you all move into the city then?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you move away from the.
You're sure now. You move into the city.
Oh, is there a time delay down here?
No.
Okay, it's just in the house.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, you reach the edge of the streets. Right as you do, you hear voices yelling down into the hole. Ah! Well, where did they go? Ah!
Not down here.
He
thought he would hold us forever, eh? Well, not us. Not us he won't hold.
Wait, what?
I smell fresh meat in this hole. Yes! Yes, there must be living down here.
What?
No.
No.
You hear the gentle gesplorping of bodies falling out of the hole above you into the mud.
That's
Gross.
disgusting. That's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
Although I smell meat in this hole was not Baltimore Bakery's finest.
You can really sink your teeth into it?
Can we duck into a
Savory.
building?
Yeah. You turn the corner.
Ooh, mommy.
And
No.
there are
No.
and there's a lot of debris in every direction. There are rotting carts, dead rats everywhere. And immediately as soon as you turn the corner, you see a glowing gnomish skeleton clad in banker's outfit.
Is the skeleton...
Wait,
It is not animate.
Okay, I was like...
It's
But
just
it's glowing.
glowing.
Yeah,
What
sitting up
color?
against the wall.
What color is it glowing?
White.
Okay.
and they have special bankers outfits in Relnord.
I didn't know how else to describe it other than like full on like I didn't want he's not a craftsman.
It's like a really nice tunic, but with a big sign on it that says "I'm a banker."
It's just dollars.
A little bow tie. A
little
little
dollar
gnomish
signs.
bow tie. Little,
It's
you
the
know,
cufflinks. That's how you
yeah,
can tell.
little name tag saying, ask me about our interest rates.
I'm interested in you.
Go recognizes a scroll for spreadsheets.
Um,
The only thing lower than my skeleton is this APR. Anyway, go on.
at which point
I'm sorry I failed you, Liz.
a spirit rises out of the skeleton.
Just floating there?
Sort of floats forward out of its own corpse. And
Does he have a glowing yellow exclamation point above his head?
he does not.
Damn it.
He's not a
Oh.
quest giver. But he
hopes.
floats out, and you're hearing the people patting behind you. Do you wish to snuff out the lantern and hide somewhere, or sorry,
Freak it out.
torch?
I want to know what
Okay,
the fuck this spirit is.
describe the space.
You are in. Imagine the streets in Vermintide, but you have a ceiling. in the first city in that. You know what I mean?
So like the sewers in Vermintide.
Yeah, sure, but it's not. But they're not sewers. It's just dirty water level.
But
streets.
is there like a corner or edge or somewhere that I could hide?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fine. I slap the torch out of whoever's hand that's holding it.
It's mine.
Put that down and hide immediately.
Yeah, I'm great at that.
Ambush positions. Well, if you're not going to be an ambusher or an ambushee, be a distraction.
I duck down, but I really want to do an investigation check on the ghost.
Okay.
Can I do an investigation check on the
Fuck
ghost?
that shit. I
Well-
am preparing myself to stab whatever one comes around the corner.
Okay. Just for a point of reference, investigation is like stopping and examining, like going full on Sherlock on it for a few minutes.
So perception check then.
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
I want to get some more information about the fucking ghost that has floated out of this gnomish body.
As she's leaning
Sure.
down over the body, I grab her by the ear.
Do you hide?
I grab her by the
I
ear
literally said I ducked
I missed- I-
down.
I-
and
yeah.
drag her over to my hiding place.
Yeah. No problem.
Oh
So-
my god! I said I ducked down.
No, it's fine. I just
Over the skeleton in the middle of everything.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So you're all hiding. I'll give it to you. You don't even you don't need to necessarily roll to take a look at him from where you are. The ghost mimics whoever he was in life, and he's got little half moon spectacles. He's sort of wringing his hands, and his skin is covered in deep lacerations all over his body, and his hands are bleeding, dripping spectral blood all over the ground around him that dissipates the moment that it leaves him. And his clothes from the knee down are just flayed. And
This gnome seems to be a cut above.
No.
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 nope,
No.
nope.
Sorry. I'm sorry I did that to you.
Can I mouth the word Reese to him? I feel like this might be him.
4 ghouls round the corner.
Oh, ghouls. It was probably a
great.
ghoul.
This would be why I was slapping you upside the head.
4 ghouls round the corner, and they look at the ghost. And they look at him, and they go, "Bellwether? We thought we'd eaten you." He says,
These guys are gross.
All right, I'm going to stab it, bitch.
and he goes,
And by bitch, I mean ghoul.
Stab
Well-
that ghoul.
"You did, Mum. You ate me."
Oh, wait, sorry. I got to wait for important plot information to keep me from
No,
stabbing the ghoul.
Hold for plot.
You can choose to jump.
No.
Did you let the living into the house? No. No, I did not let the living into the house. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you... I thought I'd kept you locked up. We've been freed. There was fresh blood that has awoken us. Where are they?
Spinning wheels, I'm telling you.
And they just sort of banter back and forth. He says,
And I'm going to stab, as soon as there's a lull in the bantering, I'm going to stab somebody.
all right.
Wait for no lull.
Do we
Real
get,
quick,
yeah,
waits for
surprise
no
round?
lull.
Question mark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
That really is his spirit animal. there.
Everybody roll for initiative.
Ooh.
Since we now know that you all are simply going to go first.
22. It still matters, though.
10.
We get a surprise round.
I also got
but-
a 10. What's your dexterity modifier?
2.
+3. So me, then you. Cool.
And Mizzy.
I got a 13.
All right. So, yes, I will absolutely give you all a surprise round while I pull out the monster manual for the entry for ghouls.
Can you surprise a ghoul?
Yeah, totally. They didn't know you were there. They were,
I meant like just generally.
this family was,
They're real hard to have parties for.
Oh.
they're just ready. Try to
Ghouls
get.
are always ready for a party.
Yeah,
You
that's right.
can't surprise them.
You show up like surprise.
And
Ghoul's
they're-
like, that's why I keep a party hat on me at all times. I was expecting
Just
this.
cupcakes in their pockets.
I'm undead for cupcakes.
Oh, God.
Corpses and cupcakes. The ghoul baking
I
show.
would go there. This is. It's for my daughter.
Aww.
Aww.
I would watch the shit out of corpses and cupcakes.
She very regularly brings her Kindle into my bed just to watch weird British cooking videos on like Amazon Prime of making Halloween cupcakes.
Oh my
Sometimes she
God.
makes us watch the same one with witch hats over and over and over again.
It's fascinating.
What? I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
These are
we
things-
have
What
something
does Chad
from the
have to say
chat.
while Ryan is leafing through the monster manual?
Found
It's been very chatty tonight, but the best one so far, dad opinion is I'm starting a GoFundMe called Let Ryan Do His Cutscene.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
You never need to let the villains monologue, and I'm okay with that.
Also,
Not me.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Gerschlorfing got linked to mattresses in the chat, just so you know, Ryan.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Not the way you think, Liz. They
What?
gerschlumped the only way that mattresses could gerschlump.
That's disgusting.
The ghouls got a 19.
Well, wait, there
I
are
would-
there are at least three
Oh,
different
fuck,
ways that a
really?
mattress can gerslump.
I would never.
Oh, but this was the best way that mattresses could gerschlump.
Now
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just
there
thinking
is-
about Geschlafen.
That definitely is the best way.
I rolled a 1.
The past tense for sleeping.
Yes.
Geschlafen?
Genau.
Genau.
Get out.
All right. Realquist.
Will
It is
Will.
your blade.
Realquist.
When you just like very calmly walk up behind, just walk up behind one of them, pull out my
Saunter.
my rapier.
Oh,
No, there's
God.
no sauntering. It's just very methodically walking up behind one of them. It's try and stab one of them through the skull. With advantage. That'll work.
I liked the sound effect.
Was that a natural 20?
Fuck yeah. No, but it's it is a what's as close as you can get without getting a natural 20?
A 19?
That's what it is.
You've threatened critical. Unless it's first.
Roll it confirm. Roll it confirm.
Oh, wait. If we're playing 3rd edition,
That's
they're
a
undead. They
die-
can't
that's a
be critted
D10, that's not a
unless you
D8.
take a
God damn it.
special feat.
Improve critical.
Yeah. No, improved critical just improves your threat range.
Oh, that's true.
Wow, he just rolled max damage, y'all.
Nice. Crushing it.
All day long. So that's 14 plus 3 is 17 damage.
Nice work.
17 damage as you beset. Do you stab the mother of the family?
Sure.
You stab her thoroughly in the base of the
Thoroughly.
neck.
Gross.
You didn't tell me they were a family.
Oh yeah, you go.
First bilge back and now this.
Is she holding a baby ghoul just to make it worse?
there.
Is she wearing a bonnet?
No. So
Just a
if
tiny
you
baby ghoul pacifier.
if you missed it, her son is the ghost she's talking to.
Oh.
That they ate.
Oh, these are gnome-sized ghouls.
Yes.
the worst kind.
Ew.
Nools.
She is,
They're
however,
so quirky.
still animate.
Yes.
That's ultimately the problem I have with gnomes. They're hipster halflings.
I love them.
Oh,
gotta
I
tweet
have.
that. What's going online?
All right. Next is Mizzy Stoneanchor.
Mizzy Stoneacre, but I was trying to do a tweet.
I'm sorry, Liz Brink.
Yes.
I'm going to have to interrupt your ability to use Twitter.com.
Rude of you. But my content. All right. So Mizzy Stoneacre is going to. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
You can Sacred Flame if
That's
you
kinda
want to go with
my-
the easy one.
That's kind of my thing. I'm thinking, but I got all excited because we got undead, but like I got Tempest Domain, and so it's just not as exciting.
Yeah,
Because lightning don't care.
Yeah, lightning don't give a shit.
yeah, and like just so you guys are aware, like undead for reasons I have not been able to fully understand are like almost universally not weak to radiant in 4th and 5th edition.
That's fun.
Because being weak to any energy would it gets unbalanced very fast.
Yeah, that's true. I guess automatically critting against something is heavy.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
But shadow demons.
Yeah,
and
that's
shadows.
right. If it's made out of light itself. Yeah. If they're
Or
like,
the lack thereof.
oh yeah, you're right. If made out of shadows. I don't know why I said light.
I mean,
Dyslexia is why. That's the answer.
Lysdexia is the fucking worst.
Oh,
all right,
see, now I need to
flame-like
write something with a
radiance
character named
descends on a
Lizdexia.
creature.
And it makes a
And then you
saving
don't
throw,
get it
does
till
it
the
not, or
end.
do you make
Don't.
an attack roll?
Shit, she's dyslexia. She's been dyslexia the whole time.
So, yeah, we'll sacred flame it,
Okay.
and
It makes
so,
a reflex save.
I believe
Dex.
that's correct.
Yep.
God damn it.
Sorry.
No, you're
I
right.
was with you, Ryan.
Yeah.
fine.
Ghouls
Dex
don't have
save.
good reflexes.
Dex
No,
save.
no. The reflex is a because I'm still thinking second, third, and fourth editions.
Oh yeah, so Dex save.
Dex save.
Yes.
I'm never gonna get that right.
Were those in second?
I'm fairly certain they were. Well, I could go get my second edition Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook, which is behind for production right now.
No, I probably have mine.
Let's see. What is the difficulty class?
What is the difficulty class?
I'm
We're
gonna-
granted- we're granted
Level
plus-
plus 2 plus.
It's 8 plus
Stat.
proficiency plus your wisdom
8.
modifier.
That's what I meant.
So 8 plus
Proficiency, which
10.
is 2.
plus my wisdom is plus 3. So
15.
13.
Yeah.
No, 13.
13.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say I'm pretty sure
You
it's
should
13.
write. You should write that on.
It's
a
on
thing.
here somewhere. Like I was
Uh,
going to say 13, and then
I'm going to give. So, are you attacking the one that Rilquist just stabbed?
genau.
Natürlich. That will be a failure
rude.
because she had disadvantage. She failed. So,
Oh,
dealeth thy damage.
I'm holding a D8 in my hand. 6. 6.
That will
Yeah.
destroy this ghoul as she explodes in light and just right in front of
She
Rilquist.
Buffy's the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Let's remember that to keep in theme with the Tempest Domain, that my
Uh.
sacred flame is like
Steam.
steam, and
Oh.
so like bursts out from her chest cavity.
Oh yeah, she full on geysers to death.
Yeah.
It's lightning fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's St. Elmo's fire. Oh God. There'll be a man in motion with this pair of wheels.
Yeah.
Jovi.
Yes. Okay. So how many more ghouls are there aside from the mother?
Trace.
Trace. Okay.
Mommy done died again. She exploded.
Okay. Which one's the biggest?
They're all gnome sized. So, and they're all relatively the same. They have the same distended proportions.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was gonna call dibs on the biggest one. Never
I mean,
mind.
you certainly can. You could be like, oh, that was clearly.
If you'd been willing to hide when I asked you to, you might have had.
Oh my god, I knelt down. Not the point. So yeah, I'm gonna go for I guess the one closest to me, and I will roll hook sword attack, because I have 2 of them. There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, I disengaged at the end of my round.
Okay.
It
so
may be relevant. Who knows?
oh, you can't see Rilquist.
Yeah, the torch is on the ground.
We extinguished it.
Who extinguished the fucking torch?
you
were not
did.
No, I put it on the ground. I didn't extinguish it.
We were supposed to be hiding.
Yes.
You-
so they
you
look at
literally
the torch.
put it
they
down
look
and
at
said,
the
"Put it
glowy
out, put it
dude.
out."
No, I didn't say put. You can watch the tape. I did not say put it out.
Okay. Apologies. So
In my
so
head canon,
DM.
I
I'm
am
not
not going
gonna-
into a fight where I can't see anything.
I will. There is a torch on the ground. I'm not
Okay.
going to be a dick about it.
Okay.
I had thought I'd heard him say that he stomped it out. I thought those were the words used.
Slapped it out, I believe. Was the- in keeping with him
Okay.
being just a grade
Just
A
a
bitch.
Glad we have
Total
the
bitch.
clarification.
All right.
So for her attacks, the first one is an 18 plus 3 plus 2. So that's a 23.
Is that another
to
number?
hit?
Okay, 23. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other one is a 18.
Both will strike a ghoul.
Fuck yes.
Strike a
Okay.
ghoul.
So then 2d8. Damn, where's my other d8?
I threw it away.
Why would
God
you do
damn.
that? Here.
No, I got it.
I licked
got
it.
it.
I
Thank
licked
you.
that one.
I found one. Okay, let me see. So 6, 7, 8, 11.
What does D8s that you have?
Kababa?
The hook swords are D6s.
Oh my god, they are. I was looking at the longbow. I greatly apologize. Okay.
That's okay.
My bad.
That's okay. I was just like, wait, you have
No,
multiple attacks with your bow?
that was my fault. My
You're
bad.
Such a fucking cheater.
No, I was looking
We
at the.
see you.
God damn it! I'm
Wow.
sorry. That wasn't my intent. Okay.
It's okay.
This is your last warning.
Okay. So for damage, I need a clarification.
Yeah.
Because I now have dual wielding, I can add my dexterity modifier to the damage of the second attack, correct?
Indeed, you can.
Great. Okay, so then that is 5 damage plus 11 points of damage total.
That's not too shabby.
Crushing it.
Yeah. You run up to this ghoul, this gnomish ghoul, and hook cut deep gouges into its undead putrid flesh.
Gross.
Best kind.
As opposed to
Gale.
that sweet smelling, supple undead flesh.
I'm gonna hit somebody with my axe.
Hell yeah.
Blizzard Entertainment would like you to think that about the current leader of the undead, and it's creepy.
That will end up
She
being
is kinda hot.
Yeah, the sexualization of a corpse
20.
is not something I've ever been okay with. Would you say, Molly?
Well, she's not a corpse. She's kind of a ghosty. She's a banshee, right?
Who repossessed her own dead body.
Oh. Well, she
That's just sad.
it was a fixer-upper. She made some
I
improvements
mean,
when she
I
moved back
find
in.
that extremely relatable. Like, if I were a banshee and I had to possess a body, I would choose mine.
Oh, I'd pick a new one. I like to try new things.
I mean, like, could I just hop? Like,
Like
Anyway.
you hang out in yours for a while until
Yeah.
you get the hang of
it's
possessing,
like,
and
it's
then
like
you go to
that
a new one.
fucking weird Return to Oz, where it's just like the hallways of heads. Do you know what I'm talking about?
And she has a different head for every day.
She has hundreds of heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's some fucking wheelers.
Yeah.
Motherfucking wheelers.
I'm sorry it took us to this place.
And Feruza Balk.
Yeah.
I think she's going to go places, that girl.
Seems nah.
So I rolled an 18, which is a 20. So I probably hit them.
You did.
I'm gonna hit the one ghoul.
That one ghoul from that one time.
Yes.
The same one that has already been damaged by Jovi.
Yeah, because I was distracted because I was writing my song, and I was trying to decide if "mommy" and "glowy" rhymed, and I decided they did.
I'm ready.
So I'm just gonna hit the one that's already.
I'm so excited.
Give me Gale's damage.
What is my axe? That is a D6.
You need a larger axe.
It's a hand axe. I have 2 of them, but I only get to use one right now.
No, you can use both.
Can I?
Yeah, totally.
That's 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So what happens when I get my second attack at level 5? Do I get like 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, it would just be 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. Do I? Okay.
Listeners, if only you could see that. That was brilliant.
Is it that plus my
So the first attack is the D6 plus your
plus my strength? All right, so that's an 8.
That's 8. That
And
goal
the
is still
okay. So it's it's my second attack that doesn't have the strength modifier.
correct.
Okay,
For damage, you still have it to hit.
right. So I'll try and hit with that. That is an 8 plus my strength modifier. It's going to be an 11.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
A 13?
That will hit.
Yeah. Ghouls are slow.
They are. They have a lot of hit points.
And that'll be a 4.
That will be enough to kill ghoul number 2.
Yeah,
Eat it,
All right,
ghoul.
Let's see what's inside ghoul number 2.
Gale.
Nice.
High five.
Yeah.
Whatever the inner anatomy of a gnome happens to be, it's that, but icky.
But liquefied?
But sustained entirely on corpse flesh. Because ghouls eat the dead. They kill you then to eat you. They will bite you, however, in the process of killing you, but they spit it out until it's rotted a little.
It's like how sometimes my cat doesn't like his food, so he'll put it up under the little mat and bury it for a while. And then
Ghouls are basically cats, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Rilquist, top of the initiative.
Yes. I will disengage, which means I don't get hit by opportunity attacks for the rest of the round. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then I will step over to... Are any of the other ghouls engaged with anybody else?
I will say that they are adjacent enough to be threatening to grant you your sneak attack damage.
Yes, I will not get advantage on the attack roll, but I will get sneak attack damage. I will attack one of them. That is a 15.
That will stab a ghoul.
Stab a ghoul.
Stab that ghoul for 11 damage.
11.
I would play that variation on Whack-A-Mole.
And then I will...
It's your rapier sinks deep into its moldy flesh.
dance a brief tarantella that takes me behind Gale to safety.
Absolutely. Which then goes to the ghoul's turn. The ghouls are
Ghouls.
they rear back with their skin and flesh bursts out of the ends of their digits to reveal bony claws. Their teeth.
Did you get digits? I think we're about to.
Their teeth distend, and they have tongues like venom from Spider-Man.
You mean their
gross.
jaws distend?
No, their teeth go like a Hollywood vampire.
Their teeth stretch?
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah,
Like a Hollywood vampire. They,
yeah.
I've only been to LA once. I only know the Venice Beach ones.
Well, guys, it's been fun playing. The first, let's see.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Wait, vampire? Of the Hollywood vampires?
I'm trying to make
Mr. Square? Of the Hollywood squares?
See, when you say vampire, I just think about Maya Immortal and when Harry Potter renamed himself Vampire and made his scar a pentagram. Anyone else, Maya Immortal?
I know what you are
Bitch,
referencing.
You had to bring that shit up.
It's amazing. If you ever want to have a fun, like, drunk dramatic reading night, read the awful fan fiction known as Maya Immortal. You will not be disappointed.
I've been listening to My Immortal by Evanescence.
Gale.
Also,
What is
Yeah.
your armor
choice.
class?
Or, you know, the
My
two
armor
songs on that
class
that
is
didn't
a
suck.
15.
Your armor class is a 15. Well, this one ghoul will striketh at thee. A 14
Ha!
will not hit you.
Suck it, ghoul. She says that.
Miss. At which point, one comes after Mizzy Stoneanchor with your holy power.
Beat a 12, motherfucker.
That was on its side.
Are you ever going to buy any armor?
Yeah, that's with my armor.
That's, yep.
No, I meant, are you ever going to buy any armor?
That's with my armor. I bought good armor.
A 13.
Oh, fuck off.
And that is 2d4 plus 2. So that is 7 plus 2, 9 damage.
Ow.
Give me a constitution saving throw.
Shit.
This is why fights with ghouls can go south really
Also,
fast.
we didn't get to rest in between the Bulwog fight, so
That's a 6.
You are paralyzed for 10 rounds.
what the shit?
This is
Mizzy
fun.
Stoneanchor gets struck and then falls to the ground, unable to move.
Have you never fought ghouls before?
No.
Yes.
They're real pieces of work.
Jesus. Well, also, I've only been playing D&D for about 3 years now, so you have to realize I'm still relatively new to this world.
That's okay. I didn't expect you
Are,
to
Shit.
know.
are elves immune in this edition?
They are.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're fine. No, you're half elf.
Only
Never
half
mind.
of her.
Never mind. You're fucked.
No, she counts
gonna-
as an elf.
Oh,
for
she
all-
counts as an elf?
Fuck.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
it's
then you're
gonna
fine.
be like she has a stroke and only half of her is gonna be paralyzed, and it's gonna be really awkward.
And it's going to be the creative
God.
half.
Yes.
Yep. Elves are still immune to ghoul paralysis for reasons I've never understood.
Excuse me?
Because they don't have. It's because they don't have souls.
Point of order.
Huh.
Elves.
God damn it.
I'm
Liz,
pretty
man.
sure, cosmologically speaking, it is because they do not have souls.
Elves don't have souls?
No.
So what about half elves? They have half a soul?
Well, the
No,
okay. If
I
you
just-
read in,
Then how can they be resurrected?
they? I don't think they can actually.
That's not the case in 5th. Elves.
Take a
of
look
the
at
elfin.
Xanathar, not Xanathar's
that
guide.
makes
What's
me
the
so
Morton
uncomfortable.
Canaan's? Take a look at Morton Canaan's guide.
I'll have to look.
It's some heavy theological reading there.
All right. So,
Fucking
it's like you're
Mordenkainen.
reconstituting the elf using magic.
He just had some water and reconstituted that elf.
Excuse me. I want to resurrect this elf.
Yeah, they
please.
can't be. They can't be resurrected. They can be spackled.
They're restored, refurbished.
So you know those little foam capsules you get where you put it in water and it grows a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
That's how you get a new gnome.
I would like to refurbish my elfin friend, please.
Excuse me.
Okay, fun fact, if any of us has to re-roll
Elf.
characters, we have to make a healer whose voice is this.
I mean, you just have me around, and so I just do it all the time.
Can we just be the speech impediment crew?
The Wizard of Frobot.
Wizard of Robot?
Mizzy Stoneanchor.
Yes.
Point of order for Boz.
Elf. Excuse me, everybody. It's elf.
You cannot move.
I cannot move. I'm paralyzed. For 10 rounds. When
Ga-
do At the bottom of this round, do I get to go to 9 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at 9 now.
10 rounds from now,
Okay.
10.
when we're still fighting.
Jovi.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, keeping
First,
track.
I would like
I need an
to
abacus.
put myself directly in front of Mizzy to protect her. So I'm gonna stand right in front of her body.
Well, I mean, sure.
Yeah, and how far away does that put
Come
me?
through me, you bastard. Come through me.
No, yeah, no, you don't take down my traveling companions. And how far away does that put me from the other ghouls? that
Dude,
are
the
still
Not
alive?
far at
full-on
all. They
Wolverine
knocked her down,
hunch.
so they're already adjacent.
They're
to her.
already adjacent. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and hit whoever just hit Mizzy.
Word, roll it.
Sweet,
Thanks, Boo.
I got you, boo. Okay. Oh, that's a 16 and an 18 without modifiers.
Yeah, those will both striketh the ghoul.
Fuck yes. Okay, D6s. Here we go.
This ghoul is, however, unharmed.
I smell meat in this hole.
Well, so with my dexterity mod added to each, that is
Medical problem.
7 and 8 points, 15 points of damage total.
Oh,
You can search it on Wikipedia.
WebMD.
you dig your hooks deep into this gnomish ghoul. It howls in pain, but still it is animate.
Okay.
Gale.
It unlives.
I'm gonna go after the other one.
You
So-
know what it was? It was that moment where Bumblebee jumps
there-
in between Steve Witwicky and Prowl in the first Transformers movie.
You are so both of them are
Great
harmed at this
reference,
point.
Cameron.
Hey, that is that. Oh, okay, if you said all that one moment in that entire movie is fantastic.
Ow,
that
son
is
of a bitch.
who the
She
hell
hit
gave
her elbow on
who
the
the hell
table.
gave this woman elbows?
I don't know. They're
That
arms are really
movie
long.
I can
is
defend
like
you from ghouls. I can't defend you from that. Sorry, go ahead.
that moment is
Please.
everything that is the core awesomeness of Transformers distilled, which is to say, I have a giant robot best friend, and it's a secret, and he will protect me and jump in between me and
Yeah.
bad giant robots. They forgot that for the entire rest of the movie, but that one brief moment is genius, and I'm reliving it right now, and I have chills.
Fuck yes. Okay, so then to make it more badass along that vein, she sort of swings her swords in a circular direction, cracks her neck, and goes, "Who's next?"
Yeah. Gale, as it turns out.
Yes. It's
So
me.
there are two ghouls left, both of which are deeply harmed. The one that you just hit is still in front of you.
I'm going after that one.
Roll it.
Gonna. So my first axe, my right hand, if you will, is 13.
That will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
They only have an AC of 12, so
Nice.
Okay.
4.
Same.
All right, so 4 plus my proficiency.
so you
I
don't
am
add,
proficient in axes.
you don't add it to damage. You just add
Okay,
your
just
strength
the
modifier.
so that's going to be a 7.
So,
Okay, it is still standing.
I'm going to hit him with my left hand axe.
Roll it.
That's a natural 20.
That roll 2d6s
I hit him in the face.
and add those d6s
Fuck
together.
yes.
That's a 4.
That is exactly the amount of HP that this ghoul has left.
Yes.
so now question.
How
and
do
this
I
is-
kill him all gross?
Sorry, I'll step back for a moment.
Like I'm thinking like
Each shoulder.
Diablo 2 barbarian, just raw, and the left hand axe crunches down on the neck of the ghoul and just sort of pushes it into the ground as it sort of pops and squishes into the floor.
Neat.
Yuck.
You were gonna say, Cameron.
Oh no, I'll wait until combat's done.
Next is going to be Rilquist.
I will step over to the other ghoul.
Did you?
I do saunter a little bit on this one.
Do you dance?
No.
You can dance if you want to.
I'm saying for like.
You can leave your
How does your disengageous
Friends
movement?
don't dance.
And if
Well,
they
I don't have
dance?
to disengage this time because
They're
no friends of mine.
gonna kill this fuck. Well, I'll disengage. Whatever.
Okay,
I
okay.
shrug. That's my disengage. And I saunter over to
But
just
the
kind of.
shrug turns into a shoulder bob.
You
no,
can go where you
no.
want to.
I save the Fosse for when it's needed.
You got a lot more intense about that than I was expecting. That was actually kind of brilliant.
Well, you haven't had to do that many, hip movements. Anyway, it takes a lot to get that good at it.
Liz, you were saying it, and I was in the middle of taking my headphones off.
I didn't say anything.
That's another number.
I
that's
said nothing.
Just below
I
20.
would never.
The AC is 20, so
Well, except it's now it's the number that I rolled is less than 20. That's what I'm saying. The actual total would be more than that, 24. In
Okay,
fact.
what's their THACO, though?
Can we make a new edition of this game that's just all of the worst rules of previous editions?
We could.
I think that we should.
Dungeons and Decisions.
No, Dungeons and
Dilemmas.
Torture. Jesus.
Dungeons and Dilemmas. Yeah, no, it's not just the worst rules from this game. It's the worst rules from every game.
Yes. I like it.
That's a
Let's do it.
that's a 12.
For damage?
Yes.
That will slay, it will destroy,
He's been sloon.
deanimate, if you will.
Rogues, man.
Re-deadify.
Handing out the damage like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, you dispatch the last ghoul with your rapier and rapier wit.
My rapier.
As it falls to the ground, each of you gains 200 experience points.
Woo! Does that make us level 3?
What's your total?
538.
No, you're not there. 530.
We are
What's the
538.
what's the poll?
What?
538. Polling.
Yes,
Ah,
that's the
yes.
site. Yes.
I was singing the Misfits, but that's
So
not. That ends in 38.
if
It's
this
not
is accurate,
538.
we are 538. If it's
We
if it's
are-
within the margin of error.
538.
We 60% believe this to be true.
So, quick question for you, and this is not a criticism, but a preference question. You are choosing not to display the armor class of what we were trying to hit. Why?
Well, I did eventually. I did just say, because I got into the habit of doing that with 3rd edition, and it's just habit, really.
Okay.
Like, I have no problem doing it, and it's funny that you mentioned that because I mean, anybody that hasn't played 1st or 2nd wouldn't know that in order for a player to play, you actually had to know the armor class of the creature you're fighting. Like, you didn't know what you needed to roll on the die if the GM didn't tell you the AC.
Yeah.
And I have no. It's actually funny that you ask because I keep thinking, I have no reason to not tell them. I should just tell them. And it's about 3/4 of the way into combat that I do that. And like, yeah, by the way, their AC is 12. But like, I've always played around with the idea of being like, if I don't tell them, I can lie in their favor when they're one off.
That's legit. That's legit.
I sort of like that because it mimics learning about your opponent.
Yeah, whenever I DM, I never tell the armor class to
Like, I mean,
the
and like you
people
figure it out
playing.
eventually because you're going to have a moment where you're like, well, the 14 didn't hit, but the 16 did. And so,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's also really cool to see people actually working together in combat like that. Being able to shout across the battlefield like, oh, well, quote unquote, just in character, here is the weak point, meaning here is its armor class. So I think it makes for better gameplay and more, innovative stuff for the players. Yeah.
Whereas I like displaying it because it's one less math interaction that needs to happen. Of course, getting your players to actually look at the goddamn armor class that you post, that can sometimes be problematic.
Yeah, that's something that I would much rather just take on as the GM because like I just look down like I remember their armor class is 12. What's your total? If it's 12 or higher, I can always just say you hit or not. And that's but yeah, I've definitely had times in the past where somebody be like, I rolled an 11, and I'm like, if you don't hit, all of you die, and like that would be bad right now. You all are so close. Like when somebody's one hit away, I'll be like, you've weakened him just enough. You did it. But if I display the armor class, everybody it almost cements. It takes away the ability for the GM to rule 0 in a lot of ways, or people feel.
See, I think you can always do that on damage, and on whether the monster is hitting or not.
True, but yeah.
There's no wrong answer. It's just like it's interesting to see for me to see the different perspective on it.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll have to find out what happens.
Did we hit time that fast?
I need
like
like 10.
We were-
I need more points. I want to be level 3.
Tempest Fugits, man.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of the Play Better podcast, bringing you the best in the world of tabletop gaming and teaching you how to play it better. PlayBetterCast@gmail.com. PlayBetterCast@gmail.com. @PlayBetterCast on the Twitters and on Instagram. And where's the other place we are that I always have to ask about?
The internet.
The internet.
Twitch.
Twitch. Because
YouTube.
we're on Twitch right now. That's why I just
Play
figured
Better
you guys
Productions on Twitch.
Play Better Productions on Twitch. Rate us where you don't hate us.
We are on
Turn
YouTube.
somebody on to us. as much as we turn on you to us.
Cameron.
Never say those words again.
I swear to God, that sentence started out okay.
We are Play Better on YouTube, but when you search for Play Better, it comes up with a whole bunch of other shit. But if you search for Ratbaggers, we come up as the first search,
Crushing
and you can
it.
Crushing that key Ratbaggers demographic.
Yeah.
and you can
Got brand recognition.
and you can subscribe to us on there.
And as far as I know, we're not on MySpace. But if somebody wants to get on that, hey,
No one wants to get on that. That's why it doesn't really exist anymore.
our top 8 is just us,
and our Tinder profile needs work.
Swipe left.
I'm Cameron McNary.
I'm Molly McClanahan.
I'm Liz Brank.
I'm Narissa Hart.
and I'm Ryan Seguin.
Play well.